Hey guys, Willie Make It here. I was wanting to talk about my Com S4S system that I just installed recently in this Razor 900S. This is a 2018 model. I was also going to go over some of my things that I've modified over time. So, the changes and so on, you know. So here we go. The Com S4S. Neat little system. It's got a Bluetooth in it. You can stream your music through it and so on, or you can through the transceiver. It has an FM on there, so you can do FM radio. Also has a plug here for a mic. My only complaint about this plug, is that it is hard to get out of there. They need to put a tab on it. Help you pull it out when you need to put your hand mic in there to program channels in. This is a ham radio, this transceiver is, so it's programmable, VHF, UHF, and I found this one comes with a monitor for GMRS and a bunch of the racing channels too, and some of the rugged channels also. The GMRS is monitoring only because they sell this radio two ways. They sell it as a ham or as a GMRS. So if you've got GMRS, you can monitor ham and vice versa. What I did find out was that there's a bunch of programmable channels on here. I can take a GMRS frequency and I can just add it in, and I can use GMRS channel 1 or whichever, you know. So anyways, this has that Vox button right there. That's how you adjust the mic sensitivity. And you can see that's headset 2 right next to it, headset 1. There's 3 and 4. And the up and down buttons, they're the plus minus buttons. While you have that Vox turned on, allow you to adjust the sensitivity so it won't pick up your engine. Like mine was picking the engine up around 5,000 RPM, I think. And then the engine would be screaming through my headset. So I adjusted it all out. I've got it pretty well dialed in now for both headsets to where everybody can talk comfortably and so on. My dad is hard of hearing, and these headsets work really well for him because they blot out all that background noise of the engine. They protect your hearing really well, and they pipe that whatever you're speaking about or the music you're listening to, they pipe it right into your headset there, and it actually makes for pleasant conversation with my dad because he refuses to get a hearing aid and makes us able to talk to each other okay. So, about the headsets, I've got the gel set up. You know, they're called the comfort headsets. So you got gel pads on the ears and on the top of the head. Been very comfortable. No complaints from anybody on the trip. I had my 12-year-old niece and my 22-year-old niece in here for a ride up there in the UP. And then my dad, who's 81 now. So, for the antenna, I ran the antenna right out here and up the back wall and underneath my rear window right to the whip there, and that worked out really well. Back here I punched through my boots where the seat belts are, and I ran the driver line and the passenger line out those, and then I marked them with a silver paint pen. Then you just get in, you plug your headset into them, and you're ready to roll. So for other modifications I've done, well, let's take a step back. One more thing. Push to talk button. I put it over here on a little Velcro tab, and I tucked the line away up underneath the dashboard there. Worked out pretty well. So, while I had it all opened up, the install was very easy except for the one screw. There's a bracket back here that used to hold the storage box in the 900S, and I think in the XPs of similar years. That one lousy screw, you have to be a contortionist to get that thing back in and to get it out even. And they say in the install video that that's the hardest part of the install, is that screw. And they weren't lying. It really was the hardest part. Everything else is pretty simple. You take this cover off for your tunnel, You run your wires through there, zip strip them however you need them to be so they're not rubbing against anything. And while I had mine open, I insulated it with the foam tape with the foil over it. I just put strips of that all over in there and covered it all up. Got some of the heat out of my cab. It worked out pretty well, and drinks stay cool a lot longer. So moving on to other mods, I didn't do a whole lot to this thing. Mirrors from Chupacabra. I got them on Amazon. They were very reasonably priced. They work well. That's about all there can be said about that. These bags, on the other hand, for the doors, they look good, and they got a drink holder in them, which is a plus. And this little pocket here is nice, but the bags themselves, not very water resistant at all. And with this machine, with my tires are actually sitting out it's supposed to be a 60-inch machine. My tires are sitting out 2 inches wider on each side, so I got a 64 wide. It slings the mud right over the fender flares and all over these bags. So it's my own fault the bags don't work as well as I had hoped. But them zippers, boy, they get some grit in them. They're hard to work. And they're not very water resistant at all, I'm finding out. So if you get caught out in the rain, anything that's in them bags is probably going to get wet. All right, next on the list, this is a biggie for me. Super ATV's automotive glass windshield with that vent in it. That's nice. And a manual wiper, which is pretty cool. It actually does work fairly well. The install was really easy on it. No big deal. And it's now it's not a lock and ride like Polaris's, so it is not a quick connect install, so don't plan on it being quick if you want to take it off. On the back end, we got the Super ATV rear window. That's a plexi or whatever, polycarbonate. Works well for keeping mud off of you. Was a total pain in the butt to install. These same type of clamps, these wraparound screw clamps. And if you do this and you have the Polaris lock and ride poly roof like I do, when you get to that center clamp on the top of the window, you actually have to take an oscillating tool and cut out a portion in the center of that that's the big snap clamp for the it's just like that one there. Basically, you're cutting out them two center tines so you can fit that Super ATV clamp in there. Oscillating tool works really well, and it was very easy. But the windshield itself, once you got the top three clamps done, these bottom clamps here were a bear to get tightened up. But I did it by myself. I needed a second pair of hands, and that's part of the reason it was so hard. This is the actual Com antenna, and I got the whip, a little bit more range out of it if you need it. I got it because I knew we were going to be in backcountry, and cell phone signals are unreliable back there. And so then I got my tow strap, of course. Everybody's got a tow strap. Got my trunk box here. I believe it's a Quad Boss. I honestly don't remember. I think I bought it off of Amazon, about 120 bucks, I think. It has a pretty decent amount of room in it if you pack it right. Like, I'm not packed very well right now. I've got a rain jacket in here. Yeah, lug wrench, goggles. I have a tool kit buried back here. I got maps, essential item, TP. And I got my tree saver strap over here stuffed away, and some clevis brackets too, for you know, getting people out. And that's pretty much that. Now down here I've got my my Rockabilly tires from Sedona. They've been a very good tire. I don't like much of Sedona's tread patterns, but I do like this one. Their rims are cool looking, but what I hate about them is these dang lugs. They got these stupid little splines on them, so you have this like socket type tool that you got to fit over them splines. You got to line it up and wiggle it in, and if you got any grit in there, it's a pain in the butt to wiggle that silly wrench thing in there. I don't like it. So my next set of rims, if you know, it's a cool rim, but they're harder than hell to clean with these slots. My next set of rims are probably going to be a little more simplistic on, they'll be black, but they'll be more simple, not have so many cutouts. And they damn sure ain't going to have them spline lug nuts in them again. So I don't know what I'll get next. But the tires are 28 inches, so they are an inch bigger. I had them picked up next to my stock Dirt Commander tires and Polaris rims. These things are way heavier. So I'm glad that in here I did the Super ATV general purpose clutch kit. They say I can turn up to a 30-inch tire with it. And I also put the Extreme Badass belt in there. My stock belt was just fine. I just went ahead and bought the belt at that point when I had it all opened up, and I thought I'll just go ahead and change it out now, and I'll keep the stock one as a spare inside my trunk just in case. That's why I keep the tools to change the belt in case I need it, right in the back there. The clutch kit works really well, by the way. It's makes the takeoff, your takeoffs are a little more smoother at slow speeds, not so jerky. We already talked about the box. Door filler panels right there. Those are from UTV Giant. They were about $100, I think. They rattle. They vibrate and rattle a bit, but you don't really notice it while you're riding, and they do keep a lot of junk out of your vehicle and do it for a decent price. Then, of course, I got stickers. I got stickers everywhere in this thing. I've been Hatfield McCoy a couple of times. My UP sticker there, another Great Lakes sticker. My Haspin Acres sticker from Indiana. Oh, Baldwin, Michigan. And then around here, I've got my boys from Slick Rock sticker. They sent that when they were having a giveaway contest one time. And then over here, I've got my Devil Ants, Rock House, Bear Wallow, and Buffalo Mountain stickers. And so I've been some cool places with this thing already. It's been a very capable machine. The suspension's been pretty decent. These Walker Evans shocks are all right. The compression clicks are nice. I think there's too many clicks of compression on there because you click it. If you do just a couple of clicks, you don't really notice a whole lot, I don't think. Depending on what you're riding on. But I do notice, you know, you get into the 4-click difference, you're starting to really notice something then. So I guess that's about it. Long and short of it. That Com S4S though, that's like the crown jewel of my mods on this thing, and it's been well worth the money. I'm glad I did it. It cost me a pretty penny, but I'm glad I did it. You guys have any questions about anything on this machine? Just leave your question down in the comments, and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.